I dislike intensely Schaefer and De La Hoya. And why? Because they defamed Manny Pacquiao. And he said, according to Ronnie, I wasn't there, he said to Ronnie Nathaniel that Pacquiao beat Oscar De La Hoya and has had success in boxing because he's on performance-enhancing drugs. Not any evidence. So it is not a big step to say that it was Schaefer that started all of this nonsense about performance-enhancing drugs. So when some sons of defame him, they got to deal with me. But I will not forgive these two bums, and you can call them bums, defaming Manny Pacquiao.
Okay, so who knows what really set off this top-ranked Golden Boy Cold War in boxing? Clearly, Aaron was pissed what was said about Pacquiao several years ago, but it seems like the feud continues. However, with Bob, even if he hates you, seems like he'll still work with you as long as there's money to be made. We saw this with his willingness to work with Don King, even though they clearly didn't get along at times. And that's not so much the case with Oscar. He seems like the type of guy that holds the grudge a little bit longer. So anyway, recently, Bob stated, "I would have never let Canelo do what he did." Basically, what Bob was referring to was when Canelo brought Triple G into the ring right after he knocked out Khan. Basically, Canelo made a promise he couldn't keep, wrote a check he couldn't cash. So Aaron's suggestion was to have Canelo say some BS about never having fought at a full 160 pounds and that he would like to get another fight or two in to properly build himself up. So either way, whether you take what Canelo actually did or what Bob recommended that he do, the situation is still bullshit. If you have the WBC title, you need to defend it against the absolute best or give up the belt, which eventually he did do, obviously. But anyway, De La Hoya did not like the shit that Bob Arum said. I mean, the guy is probably stressing out right now. His top fighter, Canelo, is being sued by All Star Boxing. But anyway, De La Hoya fired back at Arum saying his comments are particularly ridiculous considering that he was one half of the equation that turned millions of fans off to our sport by taking 6 years to make the biggest fight to be made, Mayweather-Pacquiao, and then gave us a dud, which is definitely true. I mean, it kind of makes sense. It took 6 years to make Mayweather-Pacquiao, and both Arum and Floyd Mayweather suggested that Canelo should duck Triple G at least a little bit longer. But at this time, De La Hoya also seems to be a duck, at least when it comes to Canelo. Then Miguel Cotto couldn't wait to get his digs in. Now, he obviously hates the WBC, and for most purposes, rightfully so. Cotto stated, "Canelo is an intelligent person, and his recent action says a lot about him." Now, Cotto was with Top Rank for most of his career, and recently lost to Golden Boy's Saul Canelo Alvarez. But I'm sure his jabs were directed directly at the WBC, who Cotto has stated has a ton of fake belts in every division because the WBC's objective is to collect sanctioning fees from all these fake champions. But the fact remains, Cotto wanted no part of Triple G, just like De La Hoya and Canelo want no part of Triple G. In positive news, the Olympics have now voted to allow any boxer to try and qualify for a spot on their national team. Amir Khan took interest in this by stating, "I will be very happy if I can compete in the Olympics. I want to serve Pakistan." There was a talk that Manny also would possibly fight in the Olympics, but I guess because of his political career, he has decided against doing so. It would be great to see the guy fight, but he has to do what he has to do. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Take care.